take it
So
away.
Nathan, you've had a few players who didn't play that last trial game against Adelaide. How have they come at, such as Hartlett, Marshall, whoever else you could pick?
Yeah, I think it was mainly those two. They're good at this stage. I mean, Hamish is on track to be available for selection this week, same as Todd. Todd was out there today, so we'd expect them to both be in the selection mix.
Sure, about 60 years, is this the best depth that you've seen in your time here?
Yeah, well, we certainly got some good young people that are coming through the team and that have already played a fair amount of AFL football. I think the mid-tier or mid-age group is growing as well. There's probably been a little bit of a hole in our list in that space, but guys like Carl Amon, Dan Houston, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Burton and Bonner, Tom Cleary, there's some good players in there.
Anyone you want to nominate could be making a debut?
Not that I'm aware of, no. So we'll see how we go. We've got selection in 15 minutes.
So how confident would you be if you had to put Jones, Bergman or others out there, even Jackson Lee?
Yeah, I think we've got some confidence in that our younger people can certainly perform a role in the team and if they get that opportunity. So, it's nice to have some guys that haven't played much in the last 12 months and with Jones this year that we think can contribute at AFL level.
Which one of those three has made the biggest step over the summer? Bergman, Jones or Jackson Lee? Who's really stepped up?
I think Meady and Miles Bergman in particular. I think we all saw what Lachie Jones did last year during the SNFL and into the SNFL finals. He's a big, strong, talented footballer. I think Miles and Meady right from the start of pre-season with the improved fitness level that he came back at and how he attacked pre-season. I think Miles Bergman's last month has been excellent, so they're doing well.
What about Todd? Is he ready to take another step in his game this year, Bass?
Yeah, Todd's had a good, strong pre-season. I mean, we haven't got to see as much of it in games because he got hurt in the first trial match out here, but he's been good. He's playing to his size. He's a big man. He's 197 centimetres. And I think he's embracing AFL football and what it means for him and for his family.
We see him become someone that bumps up those averages, which have always been what comes up when people talk about Todd. And you're all happy with what he does behind the scenes. Do you think that you see him become more of a prolific footballer?
I think so. He's played 34 AFL games, so we're still learning about him, and he's still learning about playing football. But he's improving all the time.
Mate, what's your thoughts on the concussion/medical substitution rule that looks to be being introduced ahead of round one?
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts, the club thoughts, it probably doesn't matter too much. We'll adapt. We'll be flexible and agile where we need to be. And if we've got to add someone into the team, we will.
Be pretty handy if the player goes down early that you have that opportunity to bring someone else on.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt. There's some challenges with how you use your squad and who travels away, particularly with shorter lists this year, and then what it does to the Magpies team. But we'll adapt to where we need to.
You guys discussed that though as a coaching group. I mean, it's coming a couple of days before the season.
We had a discussion yesterday, and it was the first time that really any of us had heard about it. So we just wait on the AFL and we'll adapt when we need to.
What about adapting? Is 666 added with the man on the mark really worked in your favour for what your forwards are all about? Quick movement?
Yeah, I think 666 that's more centre bounce and what score you generate from there. I think the longer quarters and less rotations favour teams that have a good fitness base and can maintain possession. I think the good thing for us going into this year is we're not making too drastic changes. There's no big game style change. The coaching team's the same. We've added a couple of players, but they're experienced players that are fitting in pretty well in Aliir and Orazio. So we're not making those bigger changes. So I think it suits us for where we're at, but we'll only find out when the season kicks off.
Why do you think the medical substitute rule has come about? Is it because of the increased focus on concussion in the media?
I think certainly the concussion sub is coming across in other sports throughout the world. I think the challenge with the concussion sub is that the need for the team versus the need for the individual, and maybe those lines have been blurred at different times throughout the history of sport. You know, it seems to have worked okay last year, but clearly there's some different guidelines with 12-day breaks going into this year. So, you know, I guess we'll adapt to whatever rules are put in front of us and do the best we can with it.
Do you think this will be enough to help individuals in these circumstances who suffer from concussion?
Well, I don't think it changes how often people get concussion. It's more around how does it, you know, I don't think there's been too many players running around in the last 12 months where doctors are laying them back on the ground with a concussion. You know, I think the doctors have been doing a good job pulling players out of the game. It's more the keeping the games even so that both teams have access to 22 players, and whether we think that's right or not.
Why do you think? Why do you think that warrants a substitution, whereas you could never have me off the line in the first?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be an injury substitution. I don't know. Like, we're all guessing at the rules, and again, we wait until they come out, and then we'll adapt and try and bend them where we need. Probably, I don't know. Like, you know, we'll just wait.
Nathan, I wanted to ask just about Adelaide United player racially vilified on social media on the weekend, making headlines. Christian Tay yesterday said we'd like to speak to other clubs across the states, AFL clubs, basketball clubs, about a cross-code sport-wide ban. Is that something you think, if these people are overcaught, that should be a discussion?
I think there's been, you know, plenty said about racism in the AFL. I think we've run some great programs at Port Adelaide. You know, I think as a society, we keep working towards treating everyone fairly, and anything where people can do something more to help is a good thing too.
Do you think Port Adelaide will be open to having a chat with Bruce at some stage?
Yeah.
I think he said he's going to talk to Crows this week.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure. It's probably above my pay scale.